Hey everyone, welcome back to another Market Open live stream. So we got some fun things happening today. Crypto testimony in Congress today. Digital assets and the future of finance is the headline for the U.S. House Financial Services Committee hearing. And we've got lots of optimism for stocks heading into a CPI print on Friday, which we expect could be the worst in 30 years. That seems a little wild, but hey, you know what? We got a Hello Kitty coffee cup here, coffee mug, and maybe we're just blinded by love of stocks. In the meantime, we've got a little bit of a drawdown in crypto ahead of this financial services meeting. Take a look at this. Here's Bitcoin sitting at 49.77. Sorry about that. All right, so Bitcoin at 49.77. Then we've got, let's see here, HUD 8. It looks like we're turning a little bit red here in the pre-market. And we have Ethereum holding at 4,300. Interesting how Bitcoin, no matter whether it's bouncing between 5,600 and 5,800 or 56,000 and 58,000 or 49,000 and 50,000, Ethereum's consistently right above a 4K. It's like getting Ethereum under 4K is a blessing and a treat. It's really incredible. Dogecoin sitting at 17. Let's though take a look at some of the pre-market action here. So pre-market, we've got PaySafe moving up 9.3%, coming up from really the grave here, $3.60. This was a SPAC that moved off of $10 to, I think it was $18 at one point, and fell all the way down to where we sit now, around $3. Look at this, Roku finally getting picked up. Finally, look at that. A little bit of a move by Roku here. This is the first time we've seen a U-turn by Roku really since November of 2020. That's been down on average since then. We're pricing at November of 2020 pricing. Dave & Buster's up 4.62%. This is after earnings yesterday that were pretty darn good. A little bit volatile yesterday in earnings, but it was still pretty good. Robinhood at 23.29 right now, up 2.46%. Then we've got EXPI World, so EXPI Real Estate, 1.83. Some modest moves over here. Corsair Gaming moving about 1%. Shift coming about 1%. And towards the downside, we have Arcturus. This was one of Kathy's genomic plays, along with ChargePoint. So Arcturus down about 7.25. ChargePoint 4.4. Gevo became a massive momentum stock. I can't remember. Was it earlier this year? Might have been earlier this year. I guess we could look. It is a biofuels play that airlines could buy essentially a special blend of fuel from, so that way they could say that they're environmentally friendly or whatever. I think a lot of the ESG investing, which Kathy Wood is announcing a new ETF for social transparency, and I think a lot of the ESG investing is unfortunately very misleading. But anyway, you could see Gevo really ran here in January and February. Ran all the way up to $15.57. That came off of like $1. Came out of being a penny stock, but did rotate back down to about $4.57. Now up again. Voyager Digital moving a little bit here in the pre-market, and along with Hippo. Then we've got HUD 8. Yeah, we saw HUD 8 already. Matterport down about 1%. Rivian 115. Etsy about 0.5%. Cloudflare 1/3 to the downside. Lemonade about 1/3. Tesla about 1/3 to the downside. Trade Desk down about 1/4 after some larger days yesterday. Okay, cool. So let's take a look at what's going on with bonds and the indices in general. We did get some news that Pfizer believes their booster will be very useful against Omicron, though a lot of folks expecting that even the booster will not be as effective. But let's take a look at it. Roku reaches multi-year agreement with Google to keep YouTube on streaming platform. Well, I mean, if Roku's moving on that, it just seems weird to me. Was the market really pricing in that they wouldn't reach an agreement to keep YouTube on there? That just seems like it'd be bad for YouTube as well. It'd be bad for both of them. So many kids watch YouTube now, and I don't mean like, I mean like literally like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-year-olds. It's all they do all day long. Beyond Meat taps Tyson Food veterans as it prepares for fast food growth next year. Okay. Beyond Meat's another one of those that's really fallen. We should look at short interest on some stocks. I've been wanting to do that, so we may as well do that together. And what do we got here? Indices up slightly, about 0.14 on the Dow, nothing like yesterday. 0.15 on the S&P, NASDAQ 0.08. This could easily turn red today. This could be an easy red today. We're so nominally green that it just would not shock me to see a little bit of a U-turn coming out of the gate. Maybe some profit taking. Who knows? All right, we'll see. Okay, so let's look at bonds. Almost back to 1.5 on the 10-year Treasury. Wow. And oil almost to 76. Just a full-on recovery from the drama that we've seen. With the exception here, Bitcoin dropping. Let's go look, do a quick hunt over here, and then we'll do some short interest looking. How's that sound? So 48,953 right now on BTC. It really feels like it is pulling back to what I was talking about yesterday, my crypto video, pulling back to its 46 line. Solana rotating down a little bit, 5%. Terra Luna, 4%. Decentraland, 364, and Axis sitting at 107. How is Sandbox? I want to watch the Sandbox. There it is, 511. Yeah, really think this one's going to continue to trend down until like game's over, until the alpha of the game's over. A lot of that euphoria. Okay, pull up some short interest here. We haven't done that in a while. It'll take me a second to pull it up. And we're going to go through some of the pained stocks. We'll see what we've got. In the meantime, we could listen to Jimmy Boy here freak out.
It's 909, and we just got to. That should be 902 if it weren't for the fact we just saved the world with Dr. Borla.
It's a very large market cap. We do try to tend to focus on things with bigger numbers.
Well, no, but 16, it didn't add a lot of people. Oh, you want to do Apple ahead of statistics?
Closing in on $3 trillion here. Up in the pre-market, all-time high yesterday. In September and October, though, iPhone 13 production did fall short of previous plans. That's according to Nikkei, which is citing people directly.
All right, we're going to pull off of this, and let's go look at short interest so we can do this together. This is the S3 Partners Black app. And we're going to go look at some stocks we got to look at here. So short interest on, what do we got here? 30, okay, Tattooed Chef, folks, is 31.8% short. 31.8. Let's do another one. Corsair, 24.01. It's actually gone down a little. 24. I'll just, 01. All right. Lemonade. Yeah, we'll look at Lucid too. Let's see, Lucid. 7.63. That's not that much. Lemonade. 32.7. Let's do. I got a list here that I want to look at. SoFi. SoFi is only 6.72. Visa, 1.43. Oh, body. A lot of people have made money off shorting that one. Only 6.7, though. How about Beyond? BYND. 38%. Oh my gosh. 38.78. Okay. How about Roku? Roku is only 3.98. Hood. 5.59. Let's try PayPal. These are low. It's really just some certain smaller caps Yeah, PayPal like to nothing in terms of short. Oops, it's supposed to be a firm. And firm's only about 5%. Win. Let's try that one. Ooh, DocuSign would be interesting to see. Win 6.53. Let's look at Docu. Ooh, and Palantir. No, only 3.25. Weird. 5.13. No, not a lot of short interest on some of these others here. It's really just oh, what about Peloton? That one's gonna be shorted. At least 15%. Wow, I'm wrong. 6.79. So really, it's Tattooed Chef, Corsair, and Lemonade. DraftKings, we could try it. DraftKings 11.38. Square 10.56. Oh yeah, Workhorse is definitely highly shorted. 30%. Go EV, that's another one. 29.4%. Let's look at Arcimoto. This is where they are. The big boys. 32.65%. Yikes. Rivian. Probably too early. No, 3%. Oatly. 4%. And Shift. I'll pause on this. 24% on Shift. Ooh. Write that down. Okay. Cool. Let's take a break on that. I think it's exhausting. All right. So let's see here. Let's take a look at Tesla, because tomorrow is 12/9, which is when Elon apparently says nothing is expected to happen. But I think people still hold out hope. I hope that something is indeed going to happen. So, where do we sit here? 1051 on Tesla. Little volatile pre-market. Okay, so nothing much going on over here. How about, let's see, leading the run here really is Roku on that Google deal. I feel like it's just putting Roku back on the map. Solar Edge. Okay, cool. Well, let's go visit Bloomberg and see what we got. See, there's interesting different titles. See, Pfizer says booster needed to fight Omicron, and CNBC says Pfizer booster works against Omicron. I don't know. Do they say that? So what do they actually say? Third dose of the vaccine may be needed to neutralize the Omicron variant. 25-fold reduction in antibody levels versus the variant combined with the original strain. However, boosting with an additional shot raised antibodies 25-fold, giving a similar level of protective proteins observed against earlier versions of the 2 doses. Oh, okay. That makes sense. It's interesting. We've heard it would be very interesting to hear with the people who had the Pfizer vaccine who had first gotten it, like that, the first 4 cases in Botswana, if they were boosted, or if they were just if they only had the first 2, or if they've ever had COVID before. That would be very interesting to me. I feel like that should be news. Oh well. Money Manager says crypto is a top contender for a correction. Let's take a look at this. So who's the bear? Digital assets are the top contender for a major correction in 2022, according to a survey done for some investment managers. 28% of all institutions surveyed currently invest in cryptocurrencies, and of those, nearly a third say they plan to increase their allocations next year. Overall, 8% of institutional investors surveyed, meaning all those who do and don't currently invest in digital assets, plan to increase their allocations next year. stimulus environment. Ooh, they're blaming this stimmy. Yeah, well, we still have a lot of cash. I was reading a Barclays report yesterday, and we've got somewhere around, what was that? 1.5 or 2. No, it was $2.5 trillion of excess cash still sitting in people's checking accounts, and goods purchases $1.5 trillion higher than usual in 2021, above trend. Really incredible. I've not heard about Intel making their own graphics card. I did hear about Intel potentially spinning off Mobileye, though. That is very exciting to me because I've considered investing in Intel solely to get access to Mobileye. But if you did that, you'd only get it'd be like 1 or 2 of every dollar you invest in Intel would actually go down to that. So it'd be like, what's the point? You put 100 in and $1 goes to what you care about. That doesn't make much sense. So, but if they're spinning it off and they're going to IPO it, very interesting. All right. So, watching Bitcoin actually head back right now to 50,000. When we started the stream, it was at 49, pretty much even here. And we're getting a little bit of a pullback up here. Look at that. It dropped down to 48.6 in the middle of the night. It's always got to be the middle of the night, and then people wake up and buy the dip. All right, let's see what they're talking about with Rivian here.
Balcony. Let's call it a balcony from a customer. So you then, in the cloud, go right to Home Depot and say, I want Trex boards. I don't know if you use Trex. Yeah, Trex,
I know what you mean.
55% of your stuff, whatever. And then you go, and it's there for you. They put it in your truck, and then you're with the customer. I'm talking about a saving of maybe 2 hours. Why? You can get another job in. And that's what this Ford deal is. That's why I emphasize it so much.
Okay. It's also interesting how it's all being sort of commercials turning into the tip of the spear on some of this stuff, which Farley did talk about. Take a listen.
We want to be #1 in battery electric commercial vehicles. It's the heart of our profitability. And as Mark said, this is a really big growth opportunity to take our battery electric vehicles, create a cloud, but we have to scale the production. And we have the opportunity to be the biggest commercial vehicle digital company with a great cloud service for our commercial customers. That's what we're going for.
That's a cool.
Fancy. Be kind of cool to just own a Ford and a Lucid, a Rivian, and a Tesla. That way you could compare the technology, and that way you can know which stock to invest in. Somebody wants to know my thoughts on iBuyers like Redfin, or no longer Zillow, but Opendoor. They've been on a substantial downtrend, and I think it's just because of fear that interest rates are potentially going to rise and then make the real estate market more competitive. I don't really suspect that interest rates will be so darn painful, but the market certainly does right now. And that does make investing in Opendoor, Redfin a little bit more challenging. I think the bigger concern, though, is refinances are plummeting. It makes sense because everybody's already refinanced. Everyone's already got their money. And now with rates ticking up a little bit, we'll see. We shall see. There was a sign. I mean, yesterday or last week when we saw the bond yields on the 10-year fall, mortgage rates were actually heading down. It was beautiful. They were going back down to some of the lows we had seen. Well, not quite, but it was heading in that direction. But now they're back up to 1.5, and mortgage rates aren't going down anymore. All right, let's see here. My EV garage. Here you go. Okay, so what else we got? Let's find out. Let's see what else is out there. All right. So, let's get the indices too really quick. Quick little snapshot here. We got 9 minutes to go. The indices are barely green. This, to me, is a setup for a red day right here. We'll see. Maybe a hot pink day. I don't know. Maybe even just a faded pink day. Economists predict taper of the Fed bond buying to end in March. Ooh, new survey. Hey, look, that's the color of my hair. The Federal Reserve will end its bond buying program by the end of March and raise rates soon after, according to a poll by leading economists for the FT. The latest survey conducted in partnership with the FT by the Initiative on Global Markets at Booth marks an abrupt shift in economists' expectations. The responses underscore how swiftly the economic situation has evolved. More than half of the 48 economists polled said it was somewhat or very likely that the Fed would hasten the withdrawal of its stimulus by several months, bringing a complete stop to bond purchases by the end of March. How likely do you think the Fed is to cease those purchases by the end of March? Somewhat, over 60% chance. 47% argued that. Very likely, only 9%. About as likely as not. So a lot of people here in the middle. I mean, if you took the 50-50 to maybe 70% group, you're sitting somewhere, what is this? 70% of people, or of economists? 70% of economists. That makes sense. Quicker pace could enable the Fed to raise rates. Yeah, we're expecting that. Forecasting a rate rise in the second quarter. Ooh. See, I wonder if Jerome Powell is going to do the same thing he did in 2018, where he started raising rates too fast, hurt the market, and then they had the reverse course. That is what happened. Here, look at the SPY. We've talked about this before. It's worth a quick little refresher. Go out to the day chart on the SPY. Go out to hours 2020. Here we go. And 18. Oh, Webull doesn't like this. Webull lag. Oh my gosh. Webull frozen. Oh, that's sad. I'm sorry that scrolling on the S&P gave you heart palpitations, Webull. Oh, man. All right, never mind. There's a little dip in 18. Okay, there you go. Oh, man. There we go. Okay, so 6 minutes to go. Roku's running on the Google News. I really sometimes think that's just because people are paying attention to it a little bit more. TradingView went down yesterday with Amazon. Could you believe that? Well, at some parts it did. Okay, Arcimoto about 3% to the downside. Lucid 2.28%. Nvidia 319. Peloton just down 1% again. Gosh, Peloton $41. Ugh, it's getting hit hard. It's just such a weird move here. The divergence between Ethereum and Bitcoin, really incredible. Let me see if I can overlay them, because I do think it'll be a very interesting chart. I have done it before, so we're going to do it again. Let's see, lines. 1 second. Okay, now we're going to compare. Oh, it always takes so long to do that. All right, here we go. Yeah, Ethereum versus... Oh, there we go. Oh, that looks good. And then let's do it in... Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 sec. All right. So, here you go. Shout out to Bloomberg for allowing us to share the chart. But anyway, look at Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin here, just kind of stuck. This is a factor return. Here, I'll hide myself for a second. This is a factored return, so it's on the basis of 100 being 100%, 200%, so on and so forth. But anyway, look at Ethereum's run and how it's just. I mean, Ethereum's actually got a nice uptrend here, whereas Bitcoin's kind of been on this flat trend. It's kind of incredible, and it just keeps getting. It continues this. Talking about this last week too. It just continues this widening of the spread between the two. Really cool. All right. Oh, does Weeble let you do that? Let's see here. ETH divided by BT. No, I don't see that. Nope. Oh, well. Okay. So we got 3 minutes to the bell. When do you think small caps will bounce? Well, some of them already are. It's got to be paying attention. Oh. Okay. Weeble. There it is. Oh, that's odd. There we go. Okay. Weeble. So Roku, almost 10% now. Roku's having a little bit of a run here. How about Upstart? That one became a little bit of a trader stock again yesterday. It's up 1% today. It's nominal, but okay. At least it's not down. Tesla slightly, what am I saying? Lemonade slightly negative. Tesla slightly positive. Not a lot of movement here. But other than Roku, should be helping ARK. Let's take a look at ARK. Yeah, 0.39 on ARK. ARK back over 100, folks. Woo! Took long enough. All right. 90 seconds for the open. Let's see. Playboy rotating down a tiny little bit, 1.9%. But how have they been doing? Let's see. Out of the SPACs, they've been one of the best, honestly. And I know they've been through their madness here, but for a SPAC to go from $10 and still be sitting at $36, pretty impressive with how much pain a lot of SPACs have been through. Matterport's at $26, and that's even a pretty good one. Lucid's another one that's done obviously well out of SPAC land, $43 from $10, not bad. QuantumScape, I think, is what, mid-20s? Yeah, 26. But there are just so many that have gone under $10. It's really sad. PaySafe is one of those. I know it's up nicely today, but look at that. It's down at $3. Hippo's another one. Hippo, $3.10. Shift, $4.10. So many of them have just gotten whacked. And a lot of these are great companies too. Look at that, $2.43 on Body. Ouch. All right, let's get the bell.
There's a chance we can get down to any death is bad, but 50,000 deaths, which has been the average for the flu for the last decade. Yeah. Do you think it get that low?
Yeah, don't you?
Well, don't you think that's significant?
Let's get to the opening bell here and the CNBC real-time exchange. At the big board, it is satellite imaging company Planet Labs celebrating a listing via SPAC. We'll talk to the CEO in about an hour. At the NASDAQ Information Services Group, a tech research and advisory firm celebrating its 15th anniversary. A lot of top picks for the new year, Jim,
yes,
including GE over at B of A, along with Emerson and Carrier.
Yay. Okay, market's open. So I'm looking at the SPY, and I'm trying to see how it's going to behave here. And so far, it's TBD. So watching that one closely. Looks like Roku is just added about another %. It's about 10% right now. PaySafe rotating red. Dave & Buster's rotating red. Tattooed Chef rotating red. Neo's sitting at 34. Neo's actually going up right now. Body flat. Carnival. It's nice and green out of the open here. Probably on the Pfizer news. DocuSign ran green, but now sitting sideways. Etsy coming back up a little bit, 0.66. Let's see. Lucid here. Falling. Lucid turning red. ChargePoint turning a little red. QuantumScape red. Upstart. The traders are bailing. As soon as they saw that inflection point, they're like, see ya. They didn't stay in that one long. There goes Robinhood again. What is this? 2% basically. Nvidia. Nvidia's down about 2%, about 318. Lemonade 1.5%. Something's worsening here. Yeah, look at that. Lemonade just dropped down a little bit more. Bitcoin back over 50,000. AMC red 1.5%. DocuSign down about 1%. Affirm. That's not Affirm. Affirm. Ooh, Affirm under 120 again. Juicy. Matterport down about 1.7%. So a little bit of give back from yesterday's highs. ARC. Am I seeing ARC red here? Yes, I am. 99.30 again, gave up that green. And Tesla down about 0.61. Cloudflare down about 0.62. Apple turned red a little bit. Roku still going. Looks like the traders are going from upstart to Roku. Ride that pony. All right. Somebody's asking about a tattooed chef and a short squeeze. You know, I don't really believe in short squeezes. I do think that there will be covering if the price goes up, but you know, the professional short sellers, they tend to roll their decisions pretty frequently. They don't diamond hand as much. So I don't know. I think there'd be a lot of reshorting to cover as well, to basically make up for other shorts getting out. So I don't know. Maybe the short interest would decline at some point in the future. But anyway, Lemonade. Lemonade was up decently yesterday. It was up like 7% or something like that. It did go down to all the way down to about $40 on Monday. Yeah, it was up. Let's see here. It was up 8.36% yesterday. It's giving back about 3.2 of that right now. Lucid yesterday was up 7%. It's giving back about 4% of that right now. ChargePoint slipping after earnings here. ChargePoint was up 5% yesterday. It is now down 8.4. DWAC heading back down. DWAC under 50 again. Matterport 2.58 to the downside. So a lot of the runners from yesterday creating a little bit of a potential new sale opportunity here, although Affirm just bounced back over 120. Roku stuck around 11%. DocuSign 3%. Neo 3%. Let's go look at the minute here. There you go. DocuSign's moving a little bit. Neo coming back up. Look at that bounce. We have a line at 34.28, and it just literally took this minute candlestick and bounced off of it. We've had that there for a while. Let's see what happens. End phase 1.8 to the upside. Okay, how are the indices moving? SPY. I'm barely moving. It's just boring. Mr. Flat here. Yeah, stocks are flat. Exactly. Hey, they stole my word. Now I'm going to steal their indice accounts. Dow up 0.13, S&P up 0.09, NASDAQ turning negative. Down rather, 0.1. And over here on Webull, looks to me like the SPY's heading potentially negative as well. So a little softness, potentially getting some new discounts over here. Matterport, for example. AMC almost under 30 again. Robinhood's giving you another 3% off sale. ARC back under 99 now. Roku pulling back a little bit. Microvision up. Is this right? Yeah, I guess so. 10.87% today. No. That's why. Okay, yeah, it was glitching. I don't think I was losing my mind. I'm sure somebody else saw that. That was yesterday. And MVIS is actually down a little bit today. There we go. Now it's back together. Embraer back to over 15. PaySafe only up about 5% now, so that's pulled back a little bit. Neo's even pulled back a little bit. It's like the broader market not jumping up and down about keeping prices a little high right now. I see a lot of spark lines heading down here. A lot of them. ChargePoint, Smile Direct, Lucid, Lemonade, Hut 8, AMC, Matterport. These all, Cloudflare, all of these guys down 3 to 4% here. We have EXP down 2.3, Coinbase down. Is this the beginning of the pain? Ugh. Let's see. Affirm 1.6. And I don't necessarily see a big negative, with the exception of CPI data. Just be anxiety over CPI data and maybe rates, but the S&P just went negative. Let me pull quickly here the MLive. Let's see here. Let me see what the institutions are saying. All right, let's see here. Bank of Canada could be teeing up an April rate hike. Okay. Curve steepen. Wall of cash continues to boycott treasuries for third day. Travel and fun outperform U.S. futures. No, there's no real talk about the market moving yet. It'll come. Okay. Yeah, SPY just falling a little bit more now. Pop this up here. Yeah, this is kind of what we suspected when the indices were only up 0.1% this morning. It was a little bit of a tell that potentially there might be some selling. So far, nothing terrible here. I mean, 0.14% on the SPY and Google. You do have Apple and Google coming off some madness levels here, mostly Apple. But Tesla down another 1.3%. SoFi 1.38. Etsy 1.44. Square's down. Arc's down. Nvidia's down. All these guys down about 1.5%. Lucid now down a full 5%. With ChargePoint down 9%, under 20 again. We do have a support level at 1970. We'll see if it ends up reaching that. Palantir. Where are we with Palantir? 1910. Also down a little bit. Okay. Roku's still up, though. Bounced back to it's about 11%. And what looks like is you've got some recovery stocks kind of percolating to the top here. Norwegian, 3.8%. Las Vegas Sands, 2.3%. Some people invest, by the way, just worth noting, you heard it here first. Some people lately have been looking at AT&T again. AT&T is very interesting because AT&T is seen as a very, well, it's a delicious dividend. It's like a 9% dividend or something like that. Of course, it's been rotating down. Yeah, I see somebody here in the chat saying European indices down. But anyway, AT&T with a 9% dividend, some folks see it as a potential deflation play because of the dividend. Now I know deflation's still probably a couple of years off, and then we might just print more money. But we do expect inflation to be down to somewhere around 2.5% to 3% by the end of next year, if not even more. Which, compared to what we're about to see this Friday, is expected to be a massive swing. I mean, we might see 6.7% this Friday. We might even beat that. That's crazy. In fact, let me get the exact projection, because then we can get the month over month as well. Let's see here. So Friday. And then, of course, after this catalyst, by the way, if you own real estate, your property taxes are due. In most cases, probably Friday. Okay, let's see here. So CPI. Okay, it's actually now been revised up. 47 economists surveyed. Of those 47, the consensus is 6.8%, folks. 6.8% for inflation. Oh, and the month-over-month read is expected to come in at 0.7. No, the last one was 0.9, but still 0.7 at an annualized rate. That's, what do we got there? 7 times 10, 70. It's 8.4%. All right. Yeah, there goes Recovery, DocuSign, Dave & Buster's. These guys doing very well right now. Yeah, take a look right here. Look at that. Roku, 11.5. Nice bounce. Finally getting a good solid bounce here. Embraer, 6%. Norwegian, almost 6%. Dave & Buster's holding on that 4% along with DocuSign. Tattooed Chef, 3.75. Wins up about 2.5. All right. I don't see things getting worse right now. Yeah, there we go. See? SPY's back green. Can't keep the market red. Okay, well, that's good. Little mini crisis averted. Yeah, there we go. These things on the spark lines have at least stopped kind of free falling like they were. Still got your reds for the day, but everything's kind of buttered out now. Let's see. Tesla. Yeah, Tesla down about 1.2. Teladoc also about 1.2. SoFi 0.9. Let's see, 0.86. Shift about 0.5. Okay. All right, let's see what other headlines we got. Let's give this a little refresher over here. Yep, NASDAQ down 0.14. Dow and S&P barely green, but they're green. Okay. Okay. Evergrande crisis is no Lehman moment for the Chinese markets. Okay. Crypto Fear and Greed Index is the latest talisman for Bitcoin fears. Ooh, a talisman. I thought that was only in WoW. But take a look at it. This is what you could just Google it. Look at that. We're in the fear. Yesterday, extreme fear. Last month, greed. Oh man, I love this chart. You go out to the year and you could just see the higher it is, the more greed. The lower it is, the more fear. The Federal Reserve can't keep the markets closed. There, keep them red, yeah. PaySafe came back to the full 10% here. Nope, 9%. Volatility index actually up a little bit today. At least at the moment. DocuSign and Dave & Buster's. Well, Dave & Buster's almost 5%. DocuSign shortly there. Shortly behind. How about our friend Corsair? 1% today. And Tesla's recovering also. 0.84%. Heading up a little here. NVIDIA heading back up a little bit. Lucid and ChargePoint brought back another % or so. Xpeng Motors down slightly. Not much right now. Not much movement other than Roku. Really, Roku on the upside. Little bit of give backs on the downside. But otherwise, Roku, PaySafe, Dave & Buster, some of the recovery stocks. Build-A-Bear still blows my mind. $23. But it's very impressive. All right. Let's try to find something else here. Let's go Wall Street Journal. Keys to market strength. Oh, what you got? Hold on, and then we'll look at Wall Street.
But wait a minute. That's not what we've got. We do not have any recession coming. In fact, we have the opposite of a recession. We have the consumer stronger than they have been in many, many years. That's why the market's holding up, because the bulls keep saying we can hold up on the strong economy, even with the Fed raising heights. That's the raising rates. That's the key. So the Fed raising rates is not great, but we're 25 basis points right now on the Fed funds rate. If we go to 50, 75, or even as some might say, 3 times next year to 100 basis points, that's aggressive, but that's still low. And when you've got the economy with this kind of strength, that's what's important. But the S&P is trading for 21 times 2022 estimates. That is high. We would be nowhere near that. We would be way lower. The market would be way lower. It would be 20, 25% lower on the S&P if there was any signs we were going into any kind of recession. That's the key. So, Carl, the key now, it's going to, if we continue to get data along the lines of Pfizer, the story is going to switch very quickly from Omicron to what is the strength of the U.S. consumer in 2022. Right now, it's terrific. But by January, if that data holds up for Pfizer, that's where the story is going to be. What's the consumer going to be like in 2022? Carl, back to you.
Thanks, Bob Bassani. As we go to break here and watch the Dow try to hang on to some gains, let's look at Treasuries and see how they're faring. Obviously, day 3 of rising yields, got the 2-year back to 70 basis points.
The consumer in 2022 is going to be everything. I really wonder, really wonder if if we're going to see good purchases go down. People are going to spend less money. Just don't know. If people got so many dollars. Sparkline's rotating up again now for more stocks than I saw before. Look at that. Norwegian's now 6%. Dave & Buster's at 6.8%. Spirit at 5%. DocuSign 4.6%. Carnival 1945. Let's go. Shouted out that trade last week when Carnival was in the 17s. It was higher in the 17s, but I thought we were probably going to see a nice rotation back to over 20 here on Carnival, and it's kind of coming. Now we just got to wait for... Oh, look, did Neo just go green? We're going to get Hood up. Oh, Affirm just went green. Oh, the green's back. Oh, the little dip is gone. ChargePoint, Lucid. No, yeah, Robinhood's still about 2.5% down. Still that weight of shares getting delivered there. 0.86% on Tesla. Nvidia slightly down, about 1%. Yeah. All right. Nothing super exciting right now. Drew's up 15% on Embraer. Ooh, I love that one. Good for you. Let's see. If you wanted high growth, let's see here. XSPA. High growth with large rep. Let's take a look. Let's see here. XSPA. Express Spa Group. What do they do? They do health and wellness company. Provides airport spa, cryotherapy, compression therapy, salt chambers. Oh, that's I don't know if that's a business model I love, but we'll look at what you got here. It's got $100 million enterprise value, about $200 million market cap as of September. They're expecting to make money next year, about 21 cents. They're a penny stock. They're $1.77. Hey, look at that. 177 divided by, divided by 21 cents next year. Oh, that doesn't seem terrible. Divided by 0.21. Yeah, it's trading for 8 times 2021 earnings. Problem is it's tiny, so a lot of risk. And when you look at the growth percentage, I mean, it's probably too small to really look at it. It's really going from 51 million to 95 million to 125 million. Small company actually growing into a company. It's interesting. Airport lounges. I wonder if that trades as like a recovery play too. That'd be interesting. Well, thanks for the donation. Look at that one. Watch next year. It's like $20. 10x's. Never know. That's the thing about penny stocks that makes them so addicting. You know, you look at these things here. What was it? X Spa. Oh, X Spa. Okay, I get it. Express Spa. But anyway, yeah, you look at the thing, and it's what is it now? $1.84. Zoom out a little bit. Wow. Let's zoom out to the week chart. Oh, yeah, no, we don't want to do that. There we go. Okay, so yeah, it's been $1 for a while. I mean, there was a point it ran up in the summer. Oh, during the summer COVID recovery, when we thought COVID was over in June of 2020, this thing ran to like $6. It's been public for a while though, huh? Yeah, this has been public for quite a while. Since at least 2016. But it looks like it used to trade at a much higher, not sure if valuation, but certainly price. I don't know if they did a split or something. Look at that. It used to trade for $70. So what I said, oh, what is this? This is a merger here? Oh, a reverse split, 1 for 20. As it kind of became super cheap again. And then another one right here. Reverse split, 1 for 3. Oh, they've been trying to prop this price up, but boy, oh boy, why has this company just gotten so destroyed? Oh, interesting. Penny stocks are penny stocks for a reason. Yeah. All right. High risk, high reward, right? Or high loss. You should say that. Like when somebody says high risk, high reward, it should be high risk, high reward, high loss. Like it should have both scenarios. Because otherwise people justify high risk as like, oh, but the reward could be so great. Yeah, well, so could the loss. I guess that might be the risk part. But anyway, Dave & Buster's. I wanted to buy it yesterday in the after hours, but I was out of money on the Weebs, so I could not do it. And now I'm sad. Oh, well. Man, Dave & Buster's at $30. Such a strong spot. It'll be back there. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Oh, well. Okay. What else? Anything else? Nope. Consistent. Most things here pretty consistent. Some spark lines over here rotating up. Roku's now 12%. Keeps moving. And so do the recoveries. 7% of the recoveries. Almost 7% on Carnival, Spirit. That's really good. DocuSign's stuck at 4%. What about Visa? Visa 207. It's also had a nice little bounce. All right. We take another peek here just to see if anything is new. Top news. No, let's see. Biden left guessing about Putin and the Ukraine. Yeah. The next Fed meeting will offer more surprises. The U.S. Federal Reserve has bitten the bullet at their policymaking meeting next week. In recognition of persistent high inflation, officials will announce a speedier taper. Yeah, that'll be an interesting one. How much they end up tapering. I think the market is expecting them to double, but that's true. That'll be next week. See, the next 2 weeks will be fun, and then we go to the holidays. Next 2 weeks are going to be Friday's inflation. That's going to be a big one. Then we got the Federal Reserve. Debt ceiling was a nothing burger, which we kind of expected. So expected Lucid and Neo to fall, expected Robinhood to fall. All those happened. Neo did recover a little bit. Congress ends its work week December 10th, but they've kind of punted on everything. Don't think we're going to get Build Back Better this year. CPI on the 10th. That's in 2 days. FOMC meeting is on the 15th. You maybe still have some profit taking, but or loss taking for tax loss harvesting, but that's all just a little extra volume. That doesn't directionally change the market. CPI and FOMC. Those are the last two things. Will the momentum on Apple leave with CPI data? Who knows? Apple's been killing it. It'll be interesting to see how Apple does next year. Look at that. It's up almost another percent because next year they're going to have to compare the comps from this year. That's going to be juicy to see how they pull that off. Probably will. You'll probably see a lot of negative year-over-year growth numbers. And I think BTC recovered over 50. Oh, yeah, look at that. It ran like $2,000 just during this live stream. Wow, that's crazy. Had you bought one Bitcoin at the beginning of this live stream 55 minutes ago, you would have made $2,000 for watching. That's cool. All right. Otherwise, things are stable. Time to go. Thank you so much for being here. See you in the next one.